PCG. Ang butihing spokesperson po si Captain Noemi Cayabyab. Nasa linya po natin. Captain Noemi, good morning po. Si Peter Atrica dito sa Balitapatan.
Hello, good morning, Sir Peter and Ma'am Rick, at maraming salamat po sa oportunidad.
Captain, thank you po for joining us once again.
So, Captain, how true is it, number one, na talagang may mga unregistered na nakasakay, no? At nag-overload actually ang MV Kirsten. Kaya ang dami-dami pong mga hindi matuntun na mga pangalan dahil wala naman talaga doon sa passenger manifest.
Well, based po doon sa nakuha po nating data dito sa kinandak po na investigation, tama po kayo, Sir Peter. Bukod doon sa mga pasahero na nasa manifesto, meron din po tayong nakita na numbers, no? Na particularly yung mga pasahero na wala rin sa manifesto at yung mga crew na wala rin po sa crew list. So, if you could recall, Sir Peter, meron po tayong naging pagbabago doon sa mga initial numbers na nabanggit po natin during our previous interviews. And itong naging press conference po ng ating butihing Secretary of Transportation. So, initially, ngayon po, Sir Peter, although this is again a live data, so posibleng mabago dahil ongoing pa rin po yung ating ikinakandak na diving operations. So, ang survivors po natin is 293. And yung recovered cadavers po natin is 53. Kasama po yung 7 na na-recover this past few days na unidentified pa rin po. And then yung missing is 26. So a total of 372. So yung naging findings po ng actually it is a partial result of the investigation kasi we also consider, Sir Peter and Ma'am Rica, yung ongoing diving operations pa rin po. No? So meron pa rin po tayo nakikita na mga katawan na na-trap doon sa accommodations area. So meron pa rin pong possibility na magbago pa rin po itong number natin. But at least now, as we speak, meron na po tayong numero pagdating sa missing. This is in coordination with the CDRRMO Zamboanga City and the PNP SOCO. So ito po yung mga pamilya na nasa manifesto at yung mga pamilya na may kaanakan na nagkiklaim po na wala po sa manifesto.
So, ibig sabihin, Captain, baka meron pang pwedeng ma-recover na mga cadaver?
Yes, tama po kayo. Ongoing po ang ating diving operations sa area. So, ang intention naman po ng Philippine Coast Guard is halughugin po ang laman ng buong barko. Kaya ang naging result po ng investigation is interim and partial, again subject for the completion of the diving operations na isinasagawa po natin ngayon.
Captain, paano po nangyari na nagkaroon ng overloading? Ito po ba ay unmonitored na pagbenta ng ticket?
Well, siguro, Ms. Rica, I could speak doon sa nabanggit during the press conference. No? Ito po yung result ng investigation din. Ang nabanggit ng ating secretary is may possibility of overcapacity and overloading po. Itong overcapacity na to is a combination. It is a combined weight of the passengers and rolling cargos. Dahil nabanggit po during the investigation na itong mga rolling cargos ay accordingly ay hindi po dumaan doon sa weighing bridge, no? So hindi po nakita kung ano talaga yung actual weight nito mga cargos na ito. And again, itong overloading na binabanggit po natin, no, may possibility po na nagkaroon po ng lashing problem doon sa cargo loading, and it caused the vessel to lift and subsequently to submerge, Ma'am Rica. So again, kaya po tayo nagkakaroon ng diving operations din ngayon para ma-check. Kaya partial pa rin siya, Ma'am Rica. Kasi magiging part ng ating investigation, malaking factor po talaga yung makikita natin doon sa barko mismo. So ngayon, ang inuuna lang po talaga ng ating mga divers is to check kung meron pa rin po bang na-trap. But definitely after po niyan, we will check as well. Ano po ba yung naging cause netong paglubog na ito? Ito nababanggit din po na lashing problem.
Opo. Kasi from the hearing, ma'am, and witness accounts, no, may mga nagsasabi po na hindi pa sila nagbo-board ng boat, nakatagilid na dahil nga po sa bigat ng barko. Pero pinayagan pa rin po ito. So, ito po ba ay sa Coast Guard monitoring po ba yon?
Well, again, nababanggit ko, Ma'am Rica, this is always a collaborative effort. Nabanggit rin po ng aming commandant yan hapon during the Congress hearing. Pagdating po sa safety and yung seaworthiness po ng vessel, it is always a responsible of the ship owner. So, again, pagdating po doon sa pagkakandak ng pre-departure inspection, ang contributory factor po yan is una, Ma'am Rica, itong isinasubmit po ng kapitan ng barko, itong Master's Declaration of Safe Departure. Kasama po yan yung manifesto, kasama po yan yung kargamento, kasama rin po yan yung seaworthiness ng vessel, and checking as well yung weather conditions sa area na yan. And that's the time, once the captain submitted the MDST, that's the new signal for the Philippine Coast Guard to conduct the PDI. However, Ma'am Rica, based na rin po dito sa lumabas na investigation po natin, naging direktiba naman po ng aming commandant. Once after the investigation, it will be found out that there was a remiss in the performance of our personal's duty, sanction will be given. So, again, partial po ito na i-conduct na investigation subject to the completion of the diving operations. Our commandant already relieved po itong ating mga tauhan, particularly yung station commander for command responsibility, at kasama po yung boarding inspection team po natin na nag-conduct po ng pre-departure inspection.
Oh, Captain Noemi, this is very tragic on several counts. Of course, because ang dami-dami pong namatay. It's also tragic for the equity and yung pinaninindigan ng Coast Guard. Parang medyo split personality ang Coast Guard ngayon. Pinupuri, pinapalakpakan sa West Philippine Sea. Tapos pag sa mga ganitong bagay po, Captain, parang paulit-ulit na lang itong overloading na to. And it's the Coast Guard who's supposed to be safeguarding, no? Ito pong mga dapat sinusunod ng mga patakaran. And yet, it happened several times and it continues to happen. Your reaction, ma'am?
Well, tama po kayo. Pero again, nabanggit din po natin yan. Pagdating po sa safety, marami po ang involved dito, Sir Peter, no? Hindi lamang po ang Philippine Coast Guard. The number one responsible actually is the ship owner. No? Dahil siya po yung may dala ng barko. Actually, sa buong kapuluan po, no? In ibang bansa, it is only the Philippine Coast Guard, Sir Peter, that conducts pre-departure inspection. So, ibig sabihin po nito, so pagdating sa ibang country, we always encourage the ship owner responsibility po. So, ibig sabihin, ito pong kapitan, the shipping company, must be responsible as well to consider yung seaworthiness netong barko and of course the safety not only of the cargoes and of course the passengers.
Mm-mm.
So again, itong investigation na ginagawa po natin ngayon, the Philippine Coast Guard is fully cooperative on this. Again, we really don't want to happen the same maritime incident. And again, the sanction was already given to our personnel. And ito naman po, na-find out natin, nabanggit niyo po yung mga possible causes, not only the possibility of overcapacity and overloading, we also find out that there's some incompetency to the crew of the Alesson as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then ito nabanggit po natin, Sir Peter, about those passengers who are not in the manifest. Marami po kasing mga contributory factor why we find out that there were passengers not in the manifest. So again, it is always, nabanggit ko po, it is always a collaborative effort. Pagdating po dito sa insidenteng ito, we all have different government agencies involved on this. And sa part po ng Philippine Coast Guard, again, we are doing our part. We are doing our best effort. Una, itong kinakandak natin diving operations, definitely this would form part, a big factor for this ongoing investigations po. And rest assured naman po, the Philippine Coast Guard exists because of the people. So lahat po ng approaches and efforts po ay gagawin ng Philippine Coast Guard for this situation not to happen again.
The last time we spoke with you, Captain Noemi, sabi nga, ang tinanong namin sa inyo noon how sure are we na kung ano yung nasa manifest ay yun ang mga pinayagang mag-board ng barko? And I remember that you did say na there's checking and rechecking and validation. There's a validation process, no? Because do you remember na we were trying to do the arithmetic then na ilan ang nasa manifest, ilan ang crew members, ilan ang
yung
nasagip,
capacity din ng boat.
di po ba? And we
Yes.
were not entertaining overloading at that point in time because you did say na may mga checks talaga yan.
Mm. Yes, tama po kayo, Sir Peter. Kaya nga po, if you could also remember, Sir Peter, no, initially I was mentioning 316 survivors. That was in the manifest. That was the information relayed to us by Coast Guard District Southwestern Mindanao. However, nabanggit rin po natin that the Secretary of Transportation directed us and even the Marina to conduct a full-blown investigation. And how we come up with these figures is through the coordination with the CDRRMO and even yung PNP SOCO. Kasi during that time of incident, Sir Peter and Ma'am Rita, ang naging response effort po natin is yung pagdadala ng mga survivors and mga recovered fatalities po natin ay sa tatlong area po yon. So, Zamboanga, Isabela, and Hulo. And during the validation of these names and figures, we find out po, Sir Peter, na merong dumodoble sa entry po ng mga pangalan. Kaya po ngayon, nabanggit ko po kanina, 293 ang naitala po natin na survivors based on the comparing of notes with the CDRRMO, the PDREMO, and then the PNP SOCO. And then dumating doon yung part, Sir Peter, na meron din po tayong natatanggap na information sa mga pamilya na wala po sa manifesto. Again, during the investigation and even yung Congress hearing po kahapon, it was revealed na may pagkakataon daw po during that time na may mga pasahero na bumibili po ng ticket sa barko, which is not allowed actually. The ticket should be bought in the shipping company's booth or stall, and then papasok supposedly sa terminal na may ticket na po.
So,
However,
hindi
during
alam
the
ng Coast Guard
discussion-
po yun. Hindi alam
I'm
ng
sorry
Coast
po?
Guard.
We
The-
don't have
yeah.
any knowledge about that. Kasi actually, ang go signal lang po, Sir Peter, for the Philippine Coast Guard to conduct the investigation, as I have mentioned earlier, is the submitted Master's Declaration of Safe Departure.
Mhm.
So
Captain,
we are not in control of those passengers entering the terminal.
opo.
So kasi usually ang process po talaga, Ma'am Rica, ako po ay sumasakay din po ako ng barko. Every time na uuwi po ako sa probinsya, bibili po ako ng ticket doon sa designated na shop po netong shipping company. Papasok po ako sa terminal, dala ko po yung ticket ko with my ID. And then pupunta po ako sa barko, and then i-double check pa po yan, supposedly. Pero during the discussion yesterday, it was revealed, no, it is not from the Philippine Coast Guard, but it was revealed during the discussion that there are some passengers buying tickets aboard the ship. So again, the go signal for the Philippine Coast Guard to conduct the inspection is during the time that the captain will submit the Master's Declaration of Safe Departure, and it includes the manifest, the passengers and crew manifest, and even yung mga cargoes, and ensuring itong pag-check po sa weather updates, yung seaworthiness ng vessel, cargo lashing, lahat po yan. It should be vouched and declared by the captain. And once it is submitted to the PCG, that's the time for the Philippine Coast Guard to conduct the pre-departure inspection.
What about yung pagpalit po bigla nung gagamiting barko? Kasi ang sabi po ng mga survivors, that wasn't the boat that they were supposed to board, no? Parang biglang pinalitan na lang po. Is it also possible na kaya po nagkaroon din ng problema doon sa manifest dahil sa yung tickets that were supposed to be for the previous boat ay nagkaroon ng pagbenta para sa panibagong boat na dapat ay ibang mga passengers?
Well, there may be possible. It was discussed actually, Ma'am Rica, kahapon, no? At nabanggitin po na merong changes doon sa pagbago po ng barko. But I think to further explain that one, it should be Marina or Allison.
Mukhang mukhang madami nang dapat nasisihin. So the Coast Guard may be clueless in some aspects, because you're saying it's the responsibility of the boat, the shipping company, and the captain. Okay,
Yes, kasi usually, Sir Peter, pag magbabago po ng barko, the shipping company must request clearance or permit from the Marina. So,
So
yung changes po
yeah.
ng pagpalit ng barko, you mentioned earlier, no, yung Antonia 2 to 3 MV Tricia Christine.
Yeah.
It is a coordination between the shipping company and the Marina. It is the Marina that
Yeah.
gives the go signal kung ito po yung barko ang maglalayag sa ganitong ruta.
The Coast Guard is not also conscious of the fact that allegedly the ship is more than 30 years old?
Well, again, part po ng ating kinakandak na inspection is yung certificate or yung mga permits na ibinibigay po ng Marina.
So
So yan po ang
Marina ang
ginagawa
dapat
natin.
sisihin.
So, yes, tama po kayo.
Okay,
At nabanggit din po
the
yan.
Coast Guard also is not conscious of the fact na nakakandado yung mga life vest at sira-sira.
Well, kasama po yan sa investigation natin, Sir Peter. It was also discussed why the lockers of the life jackets were closed that time. Kasi supposedly, Sir Peter, again, sumasakay po ako ng barko, and it's also mentioned in the policy that the life jacket must be accessible and reachable for the passengers.
Pero
So,
hindi po
it
na-check
should not
ng
be locked.
hindi na-check ng Coast Guard yun, ma'am, before maglayag na yung mga life vest ay nakakandado nga po.
Well, i-check po natin yan, Ma'am Rica,
Aha.
no? Pero
Okay.
based po doon sa naging testimonies po ng ating mga sea marshals kahapon, no? Sila rin mismo ay nag-struggle din sa pagbukas ng ating etong mga lockers na to. And to
Okay.
the extent, Ma'am Rica, yung isa sa mga fatalities po ng Philippine Coast Guard, itong Sea Marshal po natin, he even sacrificed po of giving his life jacket to the passengers.
Okay.
Kasi accordingly po, based nga po dun sa investigation, ay nakalock po. So
Okay.
again, it should be accessible and reachable po sa ating mga pasahero.
Okay. Captain Noemi, thank you very much. We ran out of time pero maraming salamat po, and I'm sure that we will be speaking with each other again on this case.
Thank you, ma'am. Ingat po.
Yes, thank you, Sir Peter, Ma'am Rica. Magandang umaga po.
Captain Noemi Cayabyab, spokesperson ng Philippine Coast Guard.